came to district.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. I'd like to call the meeting of November 10th, 2016 to order. Jesse, you take the roll call, please.
Mayor Siciliano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Garofalo?
Here.
Councilmember Achara?
Here.
Long?
Here.
Shephaka?
Here.
Everybody, please rise for a pledge of allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of silent prayer thereafter. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The notice requirement for the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press in a coaster, filed in Town Hall, and posted in the office of the municipal clerk on December 29th, 2015. There are two emergency exits. One to my right will take you out to the front parking lot. One to my left will take you out to the rear parking lot. If you have a cell phone, now would be the time to turn it off. You can keep it on if you want to take pictures. If you need to make a call or text, please go out into the hallway. You can do that there. Tonight we have a ceremony, a swearing in of a promotion to sergeant. Before we get to that, though, I'm going to go down the line and see if we have any council reports. Deputy Mayor, you have anything for us?
Just a couple of things. First, I want to congratulate one of Ocean Township's own, Sam Fromkin, who ran the New York Marathon. He was the top finisher from the Jersey Shore, and Sam's mom works in our police department, so we're very proud of him. And also, you know, Mayor, I always try to stay nonpartisan, but I really do feel that I have to offer my congratulations to Freeholder Tom Arnone, who, as you all know, has been so helpful for Ocean Township in many, many areas, and he's always been very reliable, and we've reached out to him on many projects, and he's always been there for us. So congratulations to our good friend Tom.
Great. Thank you. Donna?
Just to remind everybody that tomorrow is the Veterans Day ceremony at 11 o'clock in front of Town Hall. That's why the tent is up. And we have Boy Scouts and no Boy Scouts this year, but we have everything else.
Refreshments, coffee, donuts. It's a nice affair. Good. Thank you, Don. Rich, you have anything for us?
Yes, I do, Mayor. Just to mention that on Wednesday, November 2nd, you and I, along with the town manager, met with Mr. Joe Attore, engineering department for Monmouth County. We had that meeting out in Freehold, and that meeting had to do with West Park Avenue. And I will say that I thought it was a fruitful meeting. We believe that we're going to get the kind of support definitely from the freeholders, and we hope from some other legislative leaders. We're trying, as I tell many of my friends, government moves slowly. We're working as fast as we can on our end to try to do something about the congestion on West Park Avenue, but it was a fruitful meeting, and I hope that we see some resolution in the not too distant future. That's all I have.
We'll get there. That was a good meeting. Thank you, Rich. Rob, you have anything for us?
I have a couple of things, Mayor. A couple of weeks ago, I attended the last planning board meeting. The planning board approved a plan to knock down the old
Value City?
Value City. I was going to say Steinbach's.
That's way over.
The old
That's
Steinbach's, the Value City. They're going to put a 65,000 square foot facility up there that will be putting in Sierra Trading along with a high-end Home Goods. They haven't even named the store yet. And then there's a third retail location that'll be in there, scheduled to start real soon, hopefully by next month. So the landlord there has been always a great partner to Ocean Township. They've done a great job there. It also goes along with the council's plan during our campaign to increase the ratables in town, and that's certainly what we're looking to accomplish. And they're also working to maintain the storm water management in there so that the Deal Lake can be protected. So all in all, great project, and hopefully that'll get started soon and be finished. And I'm sorry, one other thing, it'll be probably bringing about 100 employees to Ocean Township. Second, Italian American Association, which Bill, Chris, myself, and Donna's husband are a member of, had our meeting last night. One of the things that they were talking about is that we collected over 600 pounds of food for the troops that are that are fighting for Thanksgiving. So they did a great job there. Also, one other thing that I'd like to mention: there's a dinner for the Community Hope Fund. I think you're a part of that. There's a dinner on December the 20th for children ages or up to age 17. They're looking for gifts, donations for those kids. It's an annual event that they're hosting now, and they've had a great turnout in years past. So if anybody's interested in donating, you can get in touch with Jim Camusa. Phone number 908-347-9024. I would also, two more things, like to echo what Bill said about the freeholders. I will also add congratulations to Serena Damaso,
Yes.
Sheriff Golden, Surrogate Peters, along with our local elections for the Board of Education. Amy McGovern, John Stupi, and Sylvia also won, so we'd like to wish them all the best of luck. And finally, November is No Shave November. This didn't just happen, but there is a purpose for it. It's the movement started a couple of years ago, and it's to draw attention to cancer awareness. My dad died of leukemia. My mom died with cancer. And it starts a conversation, people asking you why you're growing your beard. You can start talking about cancer. There's a website, No Shave November, where you can donate money, you can start collections. So it's a great cause. And Tom, if you want to zoom in, you can it's coming in pretty good right now.
Next year, you use the sharp side of the razor, Robbie.
Thank you all. That's all I have,
That's
Mayor.
good stuff. Thank you, Rob. Andrew, any brief report?
Just two quick things. We are wrapping up paving season for this year. There's a little bit of work left to be done, but for the most part, we've completed what we wanted to do for 2016. And then also mention that we are into leaf collection season, so you will see the crews out there working a little later into the day and possibly on some weekends as well.
Right. To add to that, they're not picking up the brush. They suspend that unless, of course, there's going to be storms. Heavy wind, rain brings down the branches, and of course they'll come around. So I noticed these folks still have brush piles out. At least separate the brush from the leaves, because they come around with the vacuum and they try to pick that up, and they can't do that. And I'll be brief. On December 8th meeting, as we did last year, we're going to honor our veterans to come on in and share their stories with us and hand out certificates. So if you're a veteran, a veteran, encourage them to come in. We'll have a certificate to fill out, just about your service, when you started, what branch, etc. And I would just love to hear from you. Last year we taped all the stories. They were fascinating. I mean, unbelievable stories that we got from these guys. And they're taped. Go to our website and you can check it out. November and December's meetings. Really great stuff. So we're hoping to do that again and have the same amount of success. So, yes?
Excuse me just 1 second. I forgot. We have our Christmas tree lighting ceremony on December 4th. And we aren't going to have another meeting before that.
Okay, so that's at 4 o'clock in front of the Historical Museum. Of course, refreshments, carolers, visit from the big guy, Santa Claus will be there. So we'll have a bonfire. It's a very nice event. We started a few years ago, very successful. So that's December 4th on a Sunday. It's always the first Sunday in December. That'll start at 4 o'clock. The tree will get lit when it gets dark at around 5. And then, of course, you'll probably see a visit from our Santa coming in on the fire truck. So now we're going to come down. It's a great pleasure to do this. We have a promotion from our police department. We're going to come down and discuss that and bring up the chief. Thank you, Chief. So, once everybody gets down here. Also, I'm going to mention, if you folks have noticed, we did this the other day and we're very proud to have done this. We have our blue line, our thin blue line we painted outside of Town Hall here. And it goes from Deal Road right out from the parking lot and wraps around a building. And that signifies that this is the police station here. We support our police. We're behind you guys, the men and women, 100%. We appreciate everything that you do. And so that was to show a little support. I know throughout the country there's been a lot of commotion or press about the police and the public. We don't have that situation. We're very fortunate. But nonetheless, we put a lot of trust into this. I call this a chief's police department. So we have a lot of trust in this man, what he does. We respect his opinion. And so we're behind you guys 100%. We know what you go through to even get the job. So to that end, tonight we have a promotion to sergeant. And again, I always say this, but we're very blessed here because we have a police department that when we have an opening like they had now recently, they'll interview over 100 applicants who want to come to Ocean Township and serve on this force. that says great things about us. We're an accredited department, and a great place to work. So consequently, when you have that many applicants, you get to select from the cream of the crop. We only have the best men and women serving. Look around this room. These guys, you know, may be embarrassing you a little bit, but you are the top of what's available in the state of New Jersey. And you're here in Ocean Township. We love that. So when a promotion comes up, you can imagine they're competing against the same top class that came in for the job. So it's not an easy thing to do. So we have Sergeant Morgan tonight, who went through this process. Just to get out of the department was a rigorous process itself. He went through interviews and he had to, you know, make the grade and get on here. And now he goes for his sergeant's exam and goes for this position. And it's not easy, folks, getting a promotion in Ocean Township, but this gentleman did it. So I'm going to turn it over to the chief and let him finish out the story for us.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And incidentally, the Blue Line was well received among the members of the department and very appreciative. I can't thank the council enough, and more importantly, the resident who actually made the initial suggestion. So we really do appreciate that. It does mean a lot. Okay, Brian Morgan is up tonight for promotion, as everyone knows. Brian, who has a bachelor's degree from Albright College. Incidentally, it's a double major, by the way. Psychology and criminology, absolutely. He graduated the Ocean County Police Academy in the fall of 2005. Started his career as a Special Law Enforcement 2 officer with the Point Beach Police in the summer of 2006. And right after that, in the fall of 2006, we hired Brian here as a police officer for Ocean Township. Brian was assigned to the Patrol Bureau. He served there until 2013. While he was there, he was a field training officer. In 2013, he was assigned to the Criminal Investigation Bureau, where he served as a detective, and he's been there since, being made sergeant. I'm very proud to have Brian aboard here. He's going to be an asset to our supervision team. And at this point, I'm going to welcome Brian up here to be sworn in. Family members.
Thank you, Chief. Come on up, Brian. So who do we have holding the Bible for us? Andrea? Okay. And who's this young lady?
Olivia.
Okay, Liv, you going to help out, hon? Atta girl, right there. All right, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Brian Morgan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and justly
and justly,
perform all impartially
impartially,
perform all the duties
perform all the
of the
duties
position of sergeant
of the position of sergeant
for the Township of Ocean Police Department
for the Township of Ocean Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just hold that for 1 second for me. 'Cause it always shows up like that. Okay. We're going to take a 1-minute recess and we're going to adjourn back up to the dais. Anybody wants to go home and catch up on their news, you're welcome to. You can stay and enjoy the business at hand.
He's a good runner also. So Sam, and Becky had to get the The next week?
We did Ironman was about a month July.
Oh, okay.
We did this.
But he's still going?
No, we did Ironman, the class.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
You know, Sam was in high school, he was a lousy runner. He's just,
on the cross country team, but he never
that was crazy. And he was a
very good. This good in high school, we would have got you a scholarship.
and you wouldn't even drive in the leader.
Driving the leader.
Yeah, I know who it is.
But I told
Guy
him,
Pierce.
that's it, I was working with him, he was just like,
She.
Frightening.
here he is.
He just did
adults.
I know.
He did?
It's, Kevin, no, I forgot it.
What's his name? Kevin Spacey. Number 2 in the oven, I didn't see that.
We want this poor guy. We will beat anybody. We will beat anybody.
As you get old, that stuff, that's why I appreciate it. Called Florida Jeopardy. Florida Jeopardy goes like this, they go like, who was the first He was in another movie with the other girl, she's the daughter of Kirk Douglas' son. Enough, that's good, you know the information, you can't come up with the name, but you're close. Florida Jeopardy. That's hilarious. He's the guy, he was in that other movie.
played with.
What's his name? Yeah, he looked like the fella.
You know, we did this, we did the marathon in Niagara Falls. On the back of the shirt, it had the falls and the sky tower and a picture of Marilyn Monroe.
Really? Oh,
We're
cool.
going, the whole time we're there going, it's Marilyn Monroe, why is she in this picture for the Niagara Falls Marathon? She stayed there and they had this, the Hard Rock Hotel, it wasn't Hard Rock, but she stayed in this hotel and she was filming that movie.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
No kidding.
Bye, Livia.
Bye,
honey.
Really cool place.
Let's take a shot.
Marilyn Monroe.
Right, I know the connection.
Random.
When I went to Ireland, they had the town of Kong, like King Kong. That's where they filmed The Quiet Man.
Oh, that was great, yeah.
Ray O'Hara.
Awesome.
And they have a statue. You know what? Of him holding her in his arms. That's like their claim to fame.
Awesome. It's like the Rocky bust in Philly.
And you're probably thinking, why is John Wayne in the middle of this?
All right, let's get ready, folks. Game showtime. Okay, meeting's back in session. The purpose of this public portion is to solely ask questions and to understand resolutions and vouchers that appear on this agenda. It's not an occasion for public hearing on an ordinance. All questions not relating to an item on this agenda should be asked during the public comments portion at the conclusion of the meeting. If anybody has anything on the agenda or on the resolutions, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Is that you coming up, Susan, or just
Just waving the pen.
the Queen's wave you've been practicing? You can. Yeah.
Our other friend isn't here this evening,
So
so I'll
you'll take
take over.
over?
Susan Bory of 39 Redwood, but
Are you in
I will
training?
keep it
Are you in
very-
training for this?
it's just a very quick, small question. 125 and 126, I don't know what page that's on.
3.
New Jersey State Department of Health, it says dog report.
Okay.
What's a dog report?
Dog licenses that we collect and then we remit back to the state whatever portion they're entitled to.
So it's just a normal
Mhm.
dog. Thank you.
Officer Mike, can you close the door? Mike, could you close the door for us? Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up to the microphone, state your name and address, vouchers, resolutions. Yeah. Oh, ordinance? No. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, so tonight we have our minutes from the October 27th meeting and workshop. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
I'll second.
Councilmember Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. And we have our resolutions 16217. And our vouchers. Well, I'll do that first. 16217. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
And I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. And we have vouchers in the amount of $8,091,822.44. Would someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. We have Resolution 16214. Authorize the confirmation of the special assessments for curb, sidewalk, and driveway aprons along the portions of Monmouth Road, Park Avenue, Sherman Ave, Harnell Avenue, Wells Avenue, Crimson Circle, Roosevelt Avenue, Hollywood Golf Course, Crosby Avenue, Runyon Avenue, and Parker Avenue. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. And Resolution 16215 approve the continuance of an assessment installment payment plan for a property owner who has become delinquent for their assessment confirmed on March 10th, 2016. Someone please offer the extension.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. 16216. Authorize the tax collector to issue a refund or a credit to a taxpayer who has received a favorable state tax appeal judgment. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. 16218. Authorize the tax collector to issue a refund due to an overpayment of the third quarter 2016 property taxes for Block 182, Lot 89. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. And 16219. Authorize the transfer of funds in accordance with NJSA 40A 5-58 and the NJSA 40A:4-45.4A. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. So tonight for adoption, we have ordinance number 2284. Jesse, would you read the title, please?
Sure. Ordinance number 2284. An ordinance amending Chapter 12 of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Ocean, 1965, prohibiting parking along portions of Beecroft Place.
Someone please open a public ordinance, hearing on ordinance 2284.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Anybody wishing to be heard on ordinance 2284, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing or hearing no one, someone please make a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 2284.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Action please on ordinance 2284.
So moved.
I say that's action for a positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Second?
Second.
And publish according to law.
Right. And we have a second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, and that'll be published according to law. Also for adoption of ordinance 2285, Jesse, read the title, please.
An ordinance, ordinance number 2285, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 5 of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Ocean, 1965, banning the sale of dogs and cats from pet shops.
Someone please open a public hearing on ordinance 2285.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Anybody wishing to be heard on ordinance 2285, please come up to the microphone one at a time, state your name and address for the record.
007.
007, also known as Dr. Marlon Mellor, 46 Redwood.
Good seeing you, Doc.
Thank you. A question on how is this going to be inspected and enforced?
Okay, so again, it's a hear something, say something, but being that it's in part of our ordinance, if we see any suggestion or any of these pet shops, anybody opening up there and we catch wind that they're selling, that'll be in violation of the ordinance there. But if somebody has a inclination that maybe that's going on, they can also inform us and we'll go over and take a look at it and see if that's
But
exactly
we have
what's
no
going
one
on.
from municipality that will go out to do any inspections on this.
Well, I mean, as they open up, and we'll also inspect them to see just what their
Yeah,
operation
well,
is.
they would have to, in order to go through the business license.
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
have to
that.
tell us what the nature of the
Yeah.
business, so we'll take an inspection of the place and know that that's happening there.
All right, thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. Anybody else, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Paul Merowitz, 117 Cedar Village Boulevard. The ordinance really doesn't ban the sale of dogs and cats from pet shops.
What's it do?
However,
He's parsing words again, Marty. Marty's you off.
the whereases on page 2 indicates that an individual can purchase a cat or a dog from a hobby breeder where the consumer can see directly the conditions in which the dogs or cats are bred, or confer directly with the hobby breeder concerning those conditions. However, when I look at the restrictions on the sale of animals, it indicates that a pet shop can only offer for sale from an animal care facility or an animal rescue organization. What happens if a pet shop actually purchases from a hobby breeder?
And he can resell the pet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the words of given the fact that an animal breeder can sell, I would think the pet shop could sell. Obviously, the intent of this ordinance is to prevent puppy mills kind of sale.
No, I understand the intent, but the restriction, I think, probably has to be reworded.
This is an ordinance that's adopted in many other
I think
municipalities.
It followed a form from other.
This is just a format that we have. We're gonna go with this one.
How many pet shops do we actually have in Ocean Township?
No, we have
Smart.
Petco and,
PetSmart sells pets and dogs only from a rescue care organization, so it's not applicable. Any other pet stores?
no.
No.
Okay. So I guess my question is, what prompted this? What prompted this ordinance?
It's been adopted in other areas. There's been a problem with this, the puppy mill, not knowing what you're getting, where they're getting them, how they've been treated, things like that, so.
We're trying to be proactive in case somebody wants to come in and open up a pet store also.
Yeah, you wanna head
Did
that off.
did a resident recommend this ordinance?
No, this was emailed to us from other,
I don't know if it came from the league.
the league municipality, I got it
It did come
from.
through one of the subscriptions. You know, we're on several lists, and I can't remember which organization it came from directly.
Okay, but we don't have a problem in Ocean
No,
Township
no,
at the
it's,
moment.
again, as Donna Shepherd, we're just trying to get ahead of the curve in case somebody decides to open up a shop like that.
Okay, thank you.
Good, thank you. That was ordinance 2285. Anybody else wishing to be heard on ordinance 2285? Seeing or hearing no one, someone please make a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 2285.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Action please on ordinance 2285
Move to adopt ordinance 2285.
and publish according to law. Second?
Second?
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
That's our
Yes.
disclaimer.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, that's our disclaimer. I gotta put it in there. Okay. Also for adoption, ordinance 2286. Jesse, would you read the title, please?
Ordinance number 2286, an ordinance amending and supplementing the Township of Ocean personnel policies, practices, and procedures.
All right. Someone please open the public hearing on ordinance 2286.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Please open the public hearing on ordinance 2286. We did that?
We did.
We did. Anybody wishing to be heard on ordinance 2286, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing and hearing no one, someone please make a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 2286.
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Action please on ordinance 2286
Move to adopt ordinance 2286.
and publish according to law. Second.
Second?
Achara?
Yes.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shephaka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Also for introduction, we're going to hold ordinance 2287. Need to tweak it. That'll be held to December 8th meeting. Does anybody have anything from the public? Now's the time to come up to the microphone, and as long as it's germane to Ocean Township, we'll hear you.
007. 007.
007's back again. Only with good news. Cedar Village has hit it again. We had a family fun day and collected $485 for the first aid squad.
Awesome.
The cancer walk produced $3,213. The money's going to the Jersey Shore University Medical Center, the cancer program there.
Wow, that's great.
November and December, don't forget. This is a Thanksgiving to the community. With the interfaith neighbors, we're having a toy collection. And also a new program, Adopt a Family. Cedar Village will be adopting 10 families from Monmouth County. Families will have a wish list specifying what gifts they need, and that will be including gift cards from Food Town and from ShopRite. And of course, the toys are also being collected. It's all going to interfaith neighbors. So Cedar Village strikes again.
Great. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
them again for that, Doc. That was unreal. And for the record, folks know, I mean, when Doc comes up and gives a report, and usually they always have an event over there in the summer, whether it's packing those school buses and things like that. It's just phenomenal what you do, the blood drives, and of course now the walk, and now the adopted family just adds another layer to the onion. You're doing great. We really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Anybody else, please come on up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Paul Merowitz.
We missed you, Paul. Where you been? On the River Rhine tour?
Yes.
You did?
Yes, I would recommend it to everybody.
Awesome. So you saved up for the last month for us.
No, most of these are prior issues.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you have internet?
Excuse me?
Did you have internet?
Internet?
Internet access.
Very spotty. Very spotty. Although I was lucky, I missed some of the debates. I just would like to publicly commend Christine Schmidt for her recommendation to the council for the Blue Line honoring our police department. And I'd like to thank the council for implementing that recommendation.
We also have to thank the county for letting us paint their roads.
That's right. That's
Well,
true.
Yeah, actually, Christine,
That was a little bit of a holdup for us, is we had to get permission
right,
from the county.
she brought that to us a while ago, and I thought that's a great idea. It just was getting the blessing from the county because Monmouth Road was key. We want to really get it there. So, but yeah, we're glad to accommodate. That was a great idea.
It was. Second topic. It was my understanding that we have in our land development ordinance a requirement that requires all taxes to be current prior to the hearing of an application.
I don't think
It was-
to the here. Is
It was explained to me
Go ahead, Paul.
at a council meeting that, yes, that is what's in the ordinance, but traditionally, the planning board or the zoning board waived that requirement until a later point in time.
I don't think it has anything to do with traditional. I think there's a case that says you can't impose that, you can impose it as a condition of the approval, but you can't impose it as a condition of the hearing.
So then the question becomes, one, we probably ought to change the ordinance if there's case law that's contrary to it. And number two, do we issue building permits after an application has been approved, if indeed the current property owner is still in arrears on taxes?
I don't believe so, and I'm not sure when the restriction, whether it's prior to the issuance of building permits or prior to the issuance of the certificate of occupancy. But one or the other is when it's prohibited to issue if the taxes are not current. So I believe it's prior to the issuance of building permits.
Then
Well, never
Go ahead.
Then I will share with you the fact that we have issued building permits to a property owner who's currently in arrears.
Which one?
Well, I know what you're talking about.
Well, that's been paid.
Not according to the website.
Paid up.
Well, the tax lien has been sold, so that we have the taxes are now paid for that. I don't know about the subsequents, but now the 2015 taxes, as the tax lien sale,
2015 has been paid. First, second, third quarter has not been paid.
Up 2016.
Yes.
but
That's also
that could
subject to
change.
litigation.
I understand that, but that could change tomorrow because whoever bought that lien, again, I don't know what they're going to do or what they're not going to do. Typically, once you buy the lien, it's in your best interest to pay the subsequent.
Okay, and just for the benefit of the individuals watching on TV, I'm talking about 1515 Logan Road.
Well, once again, Paul, that's also an
Special
issue
case.
in the litigation that we're still.
I'm just trying to understand the ordinance and the way the process works. That's all. Speaking of the yeshiva, I went on to Pacer the other day, and I wanted to see if there were any additional court filings for the particular litigation that we were involved in. And I didn't understand it because on August 26, the Pacer report indicates that the case was terminated. So if the case was terminated, where is the damages being litigated under what jurisdiction?
The court order,
You want that, Marty?
no, the court order, she administratively terminated the case, but the court order provides for the parties to proceed to mediation with the court retaining jurisdiction if the mediation is not successful. So what will happen is, right now, the parties are going to proceed to mediate the issues that they have remaining, and if those issues are not resolved through mediation, there'll be an application made to the court, and the matter will then be back before Judge Wolfson.
Are we close?
We're close to a date for mediation, but we're not close to. But that's not all we're close to.
We're close to a.
So we're moving along.
We're moving along, and frankly, we'll be in mediation this month, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Okay. I brought a recommended ordinance to this council on 2 prior occasions about a requirement to post and to announce civil judgments and settlements by the council. Okay? This was a resolution or an ordinance change that was adopted in Andover Township and in other townships. And I asked the question again, when can we get an ordinance that would require the council to advise the public of any civil judgments and or settlements, since there is currently no requirement for it? Any discussions leading up to a civil judgment or a court order are discussed in executive session and are not generally available to the public. So we do not know when the township agrees to a civil judgment or acts under a court order.
I don't agree with that assessment. I mean, basically, every resolution of any litigation that we've had since I've been the attorney, and I think probably well before me, is discussed and negotiated in closed session. But once a determination is made, there's a resolution authorizing the attorney and or the council to settle the case, and that's done at a public hearing.
What does anyone recall what the last civil judgment or settlement that the township agreed to?
But I think the one caveat to that could, if there's an insurance component to it, where
okay.
they would settle it.
Insurance agency, where they're paying the money, that's a little different. But in terms of anything that the township has agreed to, I think we've always gone before the public, before the finalization.
Well, yeah, we do it here, the resolution will be here, but what Andrew's saying, I don't know if there's ordinance, if that's what that covers, we'll be glad to have Marty look at that, and we can put that in at the next meeting. If that's, I'll have him look at that.
Maybe, but it seems to me that we do it already. And we do it by resolution, and I can't think of any case. In fact, typically, when we resolve a case or talk about resolving a case, I know that I tell the judge and or whomever we're dealing with that it has to await for a council meeting and approval and presentation to the public. So I'm pretty sure that's how we do it in cases where, and again, it may be different if the insurance company is making the payment, but when we're making the payment, or we're resolving a case, that's.
Well, if the insurance company is making the payment, that's going to impact our insurance rates, and the public is not going to be privy to that settlement.
I'm not even sure if that's correct. I'm not even sure.
Well, I think this is a critical factor in transparency for the residents of the township, and we ought to resolve the issue
Yeah,
one way
listen,
or
Paul,
another
Yeah,
and
here's the
understand
thing,
it.
But the thing that you bring up, I mean, it's a possibility. You're talking about something that's possible. Am I right?
Hopefully, we're not involved in any civil judgment or settlement case, and yes, that would then make it a
It's a
possibility.
possibility, but you.
But this is the real world.
But you listen to, I'm aware of that. You listen to what the attorney had to say. The mayor was a councilman for 12 years prior to becoming the mayor. Neither one of them has any historical information that could shed light on what you presented to the council tonight. So it's a possibility, and it isn't anything more than that. They can't even come up with an example that you're attempting to have a site.
So we're saying we never had a civil judgment during your 12
No,
years
we've had them, but
as...
they've been offered by resolution here at the meeting at this, in other words, so if we had a judgment, whether it's personnel, we've had those, whatever, and we've settled those.
Sure.
They've been settled, folks have known about it. I mean, we're as transparent as we can, but we're not hiding anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a camera here. We wouldn't have one. So we're not hiding anything, and just to suggest that we're doing that's insulting.
I didn't suggest that, Chris.
I
You know
I
that.
just want to make sure you understand where we're coming from.
I understand
We hear you
where
say,
you're coming from, and
this
I hope
really
you
goes
understand
against
where I'm
our-
coming from.
about transparency. We're as transparent as we can be, other than, keeping the lights
You know
on in the
what?
bedroom.
You want to show me, send me the.
Yeah, we'll look at that,
I'll look
but-
at it and I'll see what.
Right, it all started with, we'll take a look at
Doesn't
that
mean
ordinance.
that we'll do it, but I'll look at it.
I mean, that's all.
We try to get as much information as possible out there, we really do.
I understand that.
Okay,
Last question.
yes.
I promise.
No, you can take your time.
You don't want to say that.
No, I'm a patient man. Maybe the rest of us aren't tonight.
The
Ooh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
State of New Jersey Best Practices Questionnaire. We answered no to one of the questions that talked about annual training for members of the council. Is there a reason? I'll read it since I see some questions, some blank stares.
Looks, you get the funny looks.
Yeah. Does your municipality require its elected officials to attend on an annual basis at least one instructional course covering the responsibilities and obligations of elected officials? This item may be satisfied either through a course approved for continuing education by DLGS or in-house education provided by a professional, vendor, or staff member. And we answered no. I mean, some of you have served for decades, or at least a decade, okay? Some members end up being new, and the question is, other than attending meetings,
What training is it?
what type of training do we ensure
they
that
can go
our elected,
to, we don't make it mandatory.
elect,
But our insurance company does.
Right, once a year we have to
Once a
take,
year.
we do have to take the
ethics course?
ethics
The
course
ethics
training, and so we do that. If they want any other,
And that includes government best practices.
Right,
And
so that's
plus,
in there.
myself, I do 15 hours a year for my license.
And I'll be at League of Municipalities next week.
And when we go to the league, classes are offered there. So
Then we may want to answer yes the next
Yeah,
time they ask
It's
the
a
question.
question of mandatory versus voluntary. And again, pretty much everybody, to my knowledge, when they first come on the governing body, they do go to training. But it's not required that they go annually.
but there is an annual training that's optional. We take it, but we all take it anyway, so we probably should answer
Well, there's an
yes.
incentive from the insurance company
That's why
for
we
us
do.
to take those courses, and typically everybody does.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Hudson's send their regards.
Thank you. We missed them. Anybody else? Yep, come on up.
not sure if I'm asking this at the right time. I'm the one who wrote the letter to you. It's Craig Munson, 372 Lake
Oh, yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah.
Mr. Munson.
Yeah,
Hey,
good, perfect timing, because we discussed you in workshop.
I wasn't sure what.
So you live on Lake?
Yeah.
So,
I live on West Lake, so I.
He's
I
got
know
the
your-
barrier.
Yeah, well, they don't go through the barrier.
so knowing
They almost come through my house.
knowing the history of what you're talking about
Yeah.
firsthand, I know, because when our office used to be behind the bagel shop and the Sovereign Bank, and you're coming from West Long Branch and traffic's queued up, and people say, I'm bailing out on Lake Ave and I'm going to Woodrow,
They still do.
or I'm going there, or Wallace, and that's what they do. So you're actually one of the considerations for our pilot program for the speed bumps.
Okay, that'd be good.
I think that might help us out a little bit.
Yeah,
over there.
there's a radar. They put some kind of radar in it.
Yeah, I think, but if we do the speed bump there, that's one of the spots I think would benefit
Yeah,
greatly your neighborhood.
They put it. He put it facing West Lake.
Yeah.
It faced west. I think it should be turned around the other way.
Yeah,
They come
we
up
could do
more
that too.
quicker the other way.
Usually they put it in front of the home of the person who.
It's right in front of my house. So everybody who lives there knows that I
They
complain.
know they have. They know they have your approval. So.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome,
great.
Mr. Munson. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that.
Anybody else have anything? Before we close, I just want to mention something was brought to me about the schools doing a rain garden, which will be starting to be planted on Monday afternoon, I believe, outside the cafeteria. Is that correct? So I'm going to head over there and take a look, and I know they're getting some of the work donated by Burke Construction, local company. They're going to do the excavating for them, and it'd be a wonderful thing, a great thing to encourage. We have the rain garden there starting at our school. So it's great for the science kids, and all the kids understand what it's about, how it protects the environment, and going forward if we all do our part, and what a great impact it can have. So we're glad to have that. High school. Yeah. Anybody else? All right. Well, again, thank you for joining us. And remember, we air twice a day at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. at Channel 22 if you have files, and 77 for Cablevision. Someone please make a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Garafolo?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Shevika?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Meeting adjourned.